Good afternoon, Eugene. How are you, mate?
I'm great, Jay. How are you doing today?
I'm very good. It's a bit cold. I think us here in the UK we've had some extreme weather, but it is a bit cold. I've got the heater on, but it's nice and toasty now. I will confess. Our first webinar was actually before Christmas, so we've finally got you back. I know we're going to be doing these more regularly. Eugene, before we get into looking at the new wall art, which I'm excited about because I've only had a brief taster of, let's just let everybody know a little bit about you, your background, and obviously, what you do for nPhoto and and why you're with us today.
Okay. Well, it all started some time ago. No, my background is in marketing and business and sales. I've been working at nPhoto for some time now. I really enjoy it. I actually am from America, Native American, so to speak, Polish ancestry. That's what led me back to Poland. But every sense of the definition, I'm actually American. But yeah, I love marketing, I love business, I love sales and trying to help people connect with people and profit their business. I'm also a big psychology guy too, so that's obviously a big field of marketing and sales. So yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet. That's the lowdown on me.
Excellent, and very much the face of nPhoto as well. I've discovered through your training platform and everything is great. Now we're going to have Aldona with us in future webinars as well, who's obviously head of sales, I think, or head of customer services, isn't it? But she couldn't join us today. That's great. Right. Well, look, we won't waste any time, Eugene. Let me give you the screen. So give me 2 seconds, and I will make you the presenter. So make presenter, and you should be prompted to share your screen, and then I'll let you know that I can see everything clearly. It's all yours, my friend.
Yes,
Take it.
thank you. I will try to ask for questions. Don't hesitate to interrupt me, Jay, if I go too long and there's questions. I can tend to overtalk. Any new viewers might see that. If they saw the last one, they probably know that already. Before we go, though, stick around because Jay mentioned some great offers that nPhoto offers to the attendees of this conference, and that's true. And we're also going to talk about another one today. So stay tuned throughout the webinar so you can hear about that and take advantage of it, specifically relating to our new, I guess, back here, wall art, as we see back here. Okay, so let's get to it. We don't have much time. As I say, I like to talk. I want to have time for your questions. So today we're going to talk about wall art, wall decor, synonymous, and how it can help to increase the profits of your photography studio. And we're going to highlight a lot of wall decor products that we have recently released through our lab at nPhoto. So this is where our cover starts here. Sorry, I can see myself too much. I'm covering my own presentation. Let me try and minimize myself. Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm not very much of a techie guy, so forgive me. So here's a bit of a lowdown order of operations for today. Now this is kind of a joke. It's a bad joke, but I'll see if any of you guys can pick up on it. Order of operations of what we're going to be talking about today, and there's a purpose for this. I'll talk to it. I'll address it again later. I'll give you a second to digest it, and then we'll go into kind of the answer key. Okay, this is the real order of operations. I'll give you a hint, it has to do with math. Anyway, order of operations, first we're gonna talk about why you should even offer wall decor. Okay, and then we're gonna go head into the specific products that we are now releasing for wall decor. We'll tell you how you can order and easily access that wall decor that we offer to you. And then we'll get into how to sell it, the selling tips, wrap up with a quick summary, and then have the time for your questions. So we're talking about wall decor, but why even sell wall decor to begin with? That's a great question. Certainly something that you want to be sure of before you start to sell it to your clients yourself. Now, there are many reasons why wall decor is something that can be very beneficial to your photography studio and something that your clients would love to have, whether they really know it or not. As we see here, a picture of some framed prints that we are offering now at nPhoto. Beautiful products. Why is wall art so attractive for you as a professional photographer or for your clients? Because it's extremely accessible. This kind of goes hand in hand with the next point, that it's always on display. When people are spending money on something, especially if it's to them a lot of money, which oftentimes professional photography can seem to your clients, when they spend money on something, they want to be able to use it. Well, the way you use photography products is to actually be able to see them. And there is no other photography product that is more visible more constantly than a wall decor product. And it's very easy to access. All you have to do is hang it on the wall and literally just look in the direction, and there it is, you can enjoy it. So that is something that is very attractive, obviously, and something that is very rewarding for people who are looking to get a photo product and are feeling like they're spending some money for a photo product. Again, this is always on display once you go through the process of hanging it up, which isn't as arduous as a lot of people might think. Also, kind of a pro tip, so to speak, on a side note, you can look into ways to help your clients hang the wall decor in their home. So you can take care of that quote unquote issue that wall decor might offer them through your own services as well. So there you can really just have the whole process streamlined, and your client can really feel like there is no hassle whatsoever with their wall decor. We can touch on that a little more going forward. Now, inexpensive, relatively speaking, wall decor can be a more inexpensive photography product. Also because, you can single this out. You don't have to, with an album, you're gonna have to get at least like 10 or 15 or 20 spreads. You can get one piece of wall decor. You can get two pieces of wall decor, 5. And just on its own, wall decor can generally be relatively more inexpensive than some of the other print options. As we'll discuss a little further in the webinar, this is very advantageous to you as a photographer. It's very flexible for you as a professional photographer in the way you want to market it, the way you want to try and sell it, the way you want to try and bundle it or sell it on its own. You can use it, cross-selling or downselling even, or upselling situations, because it's such a flexible product. And it is inexpensive relatively, but that doesn't mean you have to make it be. If you're confident enough and if your clientele is okay with it, you can market it up at any other price that some of your other more expensive products can be. It's really down to you and your clientele and your business model. But it can go down to be relatively inexpensive products. So if you have people who are shying away from some of the bigger ticket items, this could be a direction that you lead them into so that they walk out with something and still satisfied. Wallet is a succinct statement product, sorry. So kind of going back to what I was saying about extremely accessible, it can be one. You can have one. So it's very succinct. It's just one image, but it's a statement product. Of course, if you're going to take it from a photography perspective and from what the client would expect and appreciate the most, if they're going to spend some money on a professional quality one photo, they're going to want it to really be emotive, really be a statement, really connect with people. So it's a highly profound medium for professional photography. Not that others aren't, but again, when you have 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 spreads to work with in an album, or similar with pages with a book, or even 10, 15 prints in a folio box, some of it can be lost. So the succinctity and the overall profoundness and the impact of wall decor is hard to match, if not impossible. And of course, wall art is highly attractive. I don't know if you guys can still see my screen or if you remember, but here is an example of an acrylic print, and it's quite stunning to see and to behold, and it's in a beautiful size, and the sizing of the products is very flexible as well. You have a lot that you can choose from in terms of sizing, so you can get very creative with that. So as we see, wall decor from a professional perspective, from your perspective, is very attractive, but also from a client perspective, it's going to give them something they want. Their money's always going to be on display, and it's going to give them some profound emotions every time they look at it and they see it. There's a picture of our stacked acrylic prints. So the difference here is, as you see, is mounted onto an MDF board, and this particular model has the optional white pass parts out finish option to give it a nice white border effect. Again, we'll talk about that more in detail in a minute. In fact, right now. So what exactly is the new wall decor that we are going to be offering to you? Well, here it is, basically in sum. Photographic shot of basically everything that's new that is coming to you. And here it is in list form. We can just fast forward to the list form. So we have Dibond metal prints, stacked Dibond metal prints, framed Dibond metal prints, acrylic prints, stacked acrylic prints, framed prints, and MDF wood-mounted prints. I know that can sound very overwhelming, but don't worry, we'll talk about it now. We'll go through it and help you differentiate what that means in all this. Good stuff. Now, in the green, I also put down the full mounted prints and the canvases, which are Wall Decor Options that we offer that have since been on offer. So that's why they are in green, but I titled this slide our entire Wall Decor Options. That's why I've included them there. So pay attention to the top 7 blackish, grayish colored items to know what is new and what is exciting at the moment. Let's go back to the picture just to give you one thing before we move on. Okay. So here's an acrylic print. We'll start by talking about our acrylic prints. Now, acrylic prints, again, they have an incredible wow effect. We could say that about all wall art, of course, but I think if we have to be honest, acrylic does it the best. You know, it's just innate, or not innate, or maybe innate. It just comes with the nature of the product itself. That's what the acrylic is for. Sorry, I have to move around. That's what the acrylic is for, is to accentuate the image that it covers, the light reflecting and reflecting in the acrylic surface, you know, just really pronounces the image that it is set above. And again, if you can still see behind me, an example of an acrylic print and how easily it can catch the eye of a potential client. Now, to get specific about our acrylic prints, we have a 1/4 inch thick acrylic plate cover. Now, this is getting very specific, but it's important because it lends to the quality of the products that we offer, because this is actually considered to be a gallery specification thickness of acrylic. Sometimes, mostly actually, you will find labs who will offer a cheaper option, but they will be only 1/8 of an inch thick acrylic or even a little bit less, which of course does not have as wonderful of effect. It makes the product appear a little cheaper and flimsier, and all around it's just not as good quality. So you can rest assured that we are offering one of the highest possible thicknesses for an acrylic print piece, and this is something that museums and professional galleries consider to be worthy for their own exhibitions. So it's gallery specific 1/4 inch thick acrylic plate covers for all of our acrylic print products, our standard ones, our stacked acrylic prints, and otherwise. These acrylic prints are face mounted. There can be some differences in the way acrylic prints are created. So this is kind of important to mention if some of you are really curious about the details of our products. Again, this is the higher quality version of, I'm sorry for clearing my throat. The higher quality version of creating acrylic prints where they lay the acrylic cover, they mount the acrylic cover on top of the photo. So they're printed separately. So you got the photo printed on the best mediums for a photo to be printed on. And then you mount it, you mount the acrylic cover over the photo to accentuate it, as I mentioned earlier, and to really bring out the color and to really bring out the light and the beauty of the image. Now, speaking of color, these acrylic prints are using pigment inks as opposed to dye inks. Now, this is a good thing because pigment inks actually have a longer color life and they're less resistant to color fading. And they tend to be a little bolder in the colors that they are reproducing. So the fact that this is using pigment inks, again, is just another mark of the high quality that this product and these products are. These pigment inks are applied via inkjet technology, which is the recommended method these days for applying such inks. You have 8 size options available for your acrylic prints, as you see listed there below. I'll leave this up for a second, and also you can visit the website. I don't know if I'm gonna read those all out for you. Generally speaking, those 8 options, as you'll see, are what is offered in all of our new wall art products. Like 99.999% of the new wall art products come in those same 8 size options. So keep that in mind. But as you see, there's a lot of choice, a lot of variety in the sizing that you can take advantage of there. And as we see here, we can also have an acrylic print in a stacked form. Just a standard acrylic print, but it is put on top of an MDF board, gives it kind of a floating appearance. It's very attractive, honestly. You can say trendy, kind of a different take on the classic just acrylic print. Something to consider, definitely something to look into. Again, you have the gray option, the steel gray option, or the white passe partout, which would look something like this. This is a different product, but to get the idea of the color of what that background would look like. If we move on then to Dibond metal, or Dibond actually, I don't know why I always say, Dibond, but it's actually Dibond. Dibond metal prints. Dibond metal prints are great because they really are kind of a trendy, more modern, stylistic photography. Sorry, I'm putting this back. Product. So maybe for some of the younger generations that you target, they might be interested in something like this. Again, something kind of not so common, something you don't see very often. It's got a very artistic finish because the prints are directly horizontally brushed onto the aluminum. So if I go back to this picture, you can maybe see some of the stroke marks that come out as you see the product display, which is a really awesome effect. Again, especially when you play the genre right, you play the colors right, it can really just be an unbelievable visual experience. Here again, as I mentioned in the last slide, the similar 8 size options available as our acrylic prints, and with our Dibond metal prints, they come available in a stacked form and also in a framed form. So a similar idea to the stacked acrylic. Again, similar color that we had displayed before. Unfortunately, I don't seem to find a white passepartout version, but in the pictures of the slideshow, you have seen some, and there will be more to come. If we kind of close up again, you can see the brush marks, horizontally brushed aluminum directly onto the aluminum Dibond surface. One point of note, I hesitate to say this because I don't want photographers to take it too liberally and then complain to us, but Dibond material is known to be a more durable material, a more friendly and resistant material. Of course, I say that very cautiously because you should practice conventional wisdom and typical care as you will with any photo product. But that's one thing that you can have in the back of your mind if you are selling these products, the Dibond stacked or the frame Dibond, to a client, that they are seen as more durable than a traditional paper print option. So if you have a client who wants something kind of a wall art or print out, but they are concerned about durability, that's one thing you can suggest to them, even for yourselves. Maybe don't sell it too hard because you don't want them coming back to you saying, oh my God, he said this was like whatever. But understand that Dibond metal prints are known for their durability relative to other more traditional photographic products, and also the resistance in terms of light and heating and things like this. But of course, all of our products come with care instructions included, a print version with each order, as well as there's an online version that you can download as a PDF. We stand behind what is written in those care instructions, which are pretty standard photography product care instructions and use instructions. So here is again, sorry, an example of a framed Dibond metal print. As you see, it's got a black aluminum frame. This is the only option for the frame for the Dibond metal prints, but it was chosen specifically because it is what best matches the medium of the Dibond that is being used. One other point to note, if we kind of go back, if we look up at the top here, since this is directly painted onto the raw aluminum, whites in this medium are going to come out more grayish. So do just take note of that, especially if you're a wedding photographer. This could be okay. Some of you might appreciate that. Some of your clients might be perfectly fine with that. But just do know that that is a reality. So yeah, I was about to say too, all of our products, as you kind of have seen, are coming out of the box ready to be hung. Again, no screws or nails or anything, but other than that, they are ready to be hung out of the box. Okay, Dibond metal prints. Again, with Dibond, you have the framed as well as the stacked and the standard print options. So one little extra over the acrylic print selection. I'm going to keep pressing forward because I know time is getting tight and we have much more to talk about. Here's a picture of a framed print, actually the same one I showed you a few moments ago, with a natural wood color frame and a passepartout finish as an option. Now, frame prints, as I'm sure you all guys, as all you photographers know, it's a traditional and a classic photography product, which makes it always a wonderful product to offer in the studio. It's a wonderful kind of, for lack of a better word, kind of a fail-safe, something that clients will always be familiar with, no matter their age or generation or things like this. It's what they're most commonly associating photography with. And with all that said, it fits any style of photography and any home decor. And of course, the frames provide kind of an extra nice finishing, elegant touch. I'm just taking back now the same image we saw in the image before of the framed print, white passepartout finish, and the natural wood color frame. Now, with the framed prints, there are 3 wood frame options. They're all wood, but there are 3 color options. So you can do black, white, or natural wood with wood color with the framed prints. Those will all be wood still. As you see, the sizing similar here with the frame prints. And you can get the passepartout option, as I just showed you 2 examples of there. So here again, a lot of variety you can play with the frame prints, with the sizing, the frame color choices, and the passepartouts are not option available. And as I say, you know, frame prints are always a good product to have around, always something that is going to catch the eye of a client and be a welcome suggestion for a client. And they're the perfect kind of upselling product to kind of throw in if somebody is getting an album, or if they're getting digital, heavy on the digital products. It's great to suggest something like framed prints. Get a couple. It's not going to be too expensive, but give them a nice display they can put up in their home. That's going to always be visible, always going to be something to draw the attention and be appreciated. Okay, moving on. MDF wood-mounted print is another new release. Now, this product actually is stunning. I really love this product. In fact, it might be my favorite product that we are releasing. Just something about the simplicity of it, but it makes it so attractive, at least to me. It's easy to display. It's a professional product, of course, and it's, to me, it's eye candy. Again, I always see myself gravitating towards this product when I see it lying in a collection or hung up on a wall somewhere. This one has more of an artistic feel to it. It comes with a matte finish. Here, like the acrylic prints, it's using professional grade pigment inks and inkjet printing. So again, you're getting the most bang that you could possibly get in terms of the printing style and the printing techniques and things like this, and the color life and longevity as well. Now, one other great thing to note about our MDF wood-mounted prints is they have an extra protective layer for increased longevity if we look at 0.3. So these are, you know, take whatever you know about MDF prints and basically double it or triple it, because these have an extra protective layer. They are handcrafted here on site in our lab, and they're using professional grade inks, products, and everything else. Let me take it back as we talk about the 2.6 millimeter wood backboard. So as the name suggests, they're mounting the photo onto the MDF wood board, which is 2.6 millimeters thick, in case you were wondering. And to go back to what we discussed a little earlier, it comes complete with some wall mounts, 2 on the bottom too, so you can kind of complete the nice even, you know, effect on the wall. You don't have to worry about it caving in on itself, which is pretty cool and pretty handy, and good for your clients too. They don't have to worry about that either. So yeah, MDF wood-mounted print is definitely something to consider. Again, that's something that you can always throw in a bundle, in a package. It's a good product that is lightweight, that is something that can complement any space in a home very easily, very well. Okay, so we've talked a little bit about some of our new exciting wall decor options. Now I want to tell you how you can order it, and it's actually very easy. And I also want to tell you about an extra discount that you are all entitled to as well. So on top of your 75%, 60%, and yearly discount. That discount is going to be 60% off for one sample wall art order. This is because the other discounts do not generally include wall decor. This discount is the only way you can get a discount on a wall decor sample. So stay tuned for that as we talk more about that. But ordering wall decor through us, it's very simple, it's very straightforward. And we'll walk through it right now. And if you want to, I can even go through kind of a live process, kind of just let Jay know, and we'll talk about that in the questions section if you'd like for me to do kind of a live process of this. So how to order, I'll do this now in screenshots. Obviously, you have to go to our website and you have to log in, which is in the upper right-hand corner. Or if you're not a member yet, you need to register. Now, once you log in, you're going to automatically be sent to this area. And this is called the customer area or the end shop. And to advance from here, you just click on the select product tab in kind of the upper left-hand corner, if you will. And here you are able to select which product you would like from our full product offers. Today we're talking about wall decor. I will focus on wall decor. So on the left-hand side, you see a drop-down bar of all of our different categories listed. Simply click on the wall decor category. The drop-down menu will appear to give you a specific type of wall decor. Let's go with acrylic prints. Why not? It's the first one. Okay, so then you just click on the wall or the product that you would like, acrylic prints, as you see there. And that will take you to this subpage, something similar to like this, where you have the sizing available, the options available, the different sizes. They'll show you kind of how it works, the way it's measured, the aspect ratio, and all of that. So simply choose the size that you would like to try with the product that you have selected, and then proceed by clicking Add to Basket. Of course, if you'd like to add more than one, you are more than capable of doing that easily here. Now, actually, one other point to note, I didn't put this on there, but in the other add-on section for wall decor, it will ask you if you want to have color correction, yes or no. So kind of remember maybe to click on that tab to either select color correction or to deselect color correction if you are not interested in it. If you just click Add to Basket, you're going to go to the basket, which is what we will see here. So you click on Add to Basket. This is what you're going to see then next. And if you have a discount, for example, what I just mentioned, you put it in the notes section on the bottom here. Your discount code will be 60 PA wall, so you get 60% off one wall decor sample. Now, this is specific for you guys at the Photography Academy. And I'll tell you in the terms of at the end of the presentation, it's going to be valid for until about the middle of March, until the 15th of March. So make sure you act quickly with this. Don't sit on it, but you are entitled 60% off one wall decor sample product. So make sure that you leave the details in the notes section, and then it didn't make the cut quite literally, but the button to proceed is right below this arrow here where it says accept changes to move on. Once you click that button, this is what you're going to see. This is a cart, the view of your cart after successfully adding a new product. As you probably are knowing now, like, well, now I need to make my project. So this is what our system is telling you too. That's why we have these little warning signs here, and these two options are yellow as well. These are the two methods that you can use to design a project through us. You can upload it, or you can design it with our own intuitive online designer, which of course I would recommend. And that's what I will discuss going forward. Particularly with wall art, it is super, super, super simple to use our online design software to design the product. So now, at this point, you simply design. And how do you design? How to design wall art with nPhoto? Well, it is a breeze. It can be done in, honestly, a matter of minutes. You simply add one image in the designer, and drag it and drop it into the product, and it's done. It's just that simple. One thing I should mention, I don't think I said it yet, all wall decor orders are going to be done separately. So there's not really going to be an opportunity for you to design more than one at a time. So if you want to order 5 acrylic prints, let's say, or 1 acrylic print and 1 Dibond print and 1 framed print, those are going to all have to be done separately, and they're going to be shipped separately as well. So you simply design, you simply add one image in the designer and drag it and drop it into your product. If for those visually oriented, I will give you some screenshots right here. When you click on the online design option, as we saw in this slide, once you click on this, it will take you here. This is a very, the blank page, as you see. So you can just go onto your desktop and literally drop an image that you want to use here, and everything will work fine. Or you can kind of do it the quote-unquote old-fashioned way. Click on some of your recent orders, or go through your computer system and find it in the desktop or some USB connected to your computer. And then it will upload to the bank. And from there, you will just drag it and drop it into the product. And when all is good, it will look like this. It will be clear without any markings or warning signs. and then you will click to add to cart. One thing to know, we use thumbnails when you are previewing the image. So if you think that your images don't look as sharp as when you took them, it's because it's a preview. If it in fact is too low of a quality for our system, or it's really just not going to turn out nicely on the product, you will be shown a very clear label. It's like a circle with a exclamation point in bright yellow that will say image quality too low. If you don't believe it, you of course can override it, and continue with the order. But good chances are that the system is telling you that the image is just too low of a quality and it's not going to print out very nicely. So I would recommend to listen to the warning when it shows up, because as you see, it doesn't show up all the time. And if you would like me to run through something live, I will purposely choose an image that's too low of resolution so you can see the warning. So if it all looks good though, if everything is cool, then simply click on the green Add to Cart button in the upper right-hand corner. And then this is what your cart will look like once you've added successfully a product with a design. And then right below, right here, right on the bottom is where it's going to say order your products, and there you go. The order is complete. Are there any questions so far, Jay? Anything about the ordering process?
We've had, sorry mate, you've got me now coughing. Yeah, we have, but you've just actually answered a couple of them on the go. The one was about if the file size was too small, would it prompt a warning? We have been asked for a live demo, so we'll probably do that.
Okay.
As you said. Well, while I've got you then, while we are doing the questions, I'm guessing the answer to this one from what you've shown. Is there the facility to say have two images on one mounted board? So is that something you're offering yet?
No, we are not offering that yet. So it's exclusive, one image per product for our wall decor at the moment.
Brilliant. I presume, Eugene, and I'm sure the answer will be yes. I'll be amazed if it's no. But you guys are obviously at the photography show at the NEC here in the UK in March.
Yes, yeah. We are.
And all of these products will be there?
You betcha.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. It'd be absolutely madness not to have it there. So we've got a few experienced members online with us as well, and I know we're having samples here soon as well. So for those that don't make it to the photography show, be able to. But I was going to absolutely say, you know, I've had a sneak peek, which is great behind the scenes. But I mean, actually, Mark and I just said to, because it'll be the first time we see you guys before you're here with us next, is at the photography show, and yeah, we'll be the first in line to have a look at those firsthand. But what we've seen so far, we've been really impressed with. So that's you know, from us here at the Academy and the experience to the people online with us. So let me just quickly scan the questions. I think mostly it was yes. Could we have a live one? Yes, we're going to do that. Oh, I think we've touched on it previously, Eugene, anyway, but obviously they're aware that you guys are in Poland. I presume these are all dispatched from Poland, from your factory in Poland?
Yes, they are.
But I have to reiterate, guys, if you're not familiar with nPhoto yet, and you've got to get involved with them, the speed of delivery is as good and as exceptional, and quality and the protection involved in your deliveries from Poland is the same as what you could order from a lab in the UK. So, you know, don't be put off by it at all. The delivery time is exceptional, and it matches the UK delivery time, and the quality of the packaging and the shipping methods is second to none. So we've been really impressed with everything that we've received here at the studio from the guys in Poland. So don't let that put you off. Let me just quick scan. I think most of them is the mounted option the same order process? I believe the overall size and mount board on the print. So I don't know if I read that right. Sorry, I read a bit quick. Are the mounted options the same order process? I believe the overall size is the mount board or the print. Does that make sense? So in this case here, where you've got the stacked version, is say the 20 by 16 or whatever, or 16 by 12. Is that the image or is that the mounting board?
The image, sorry. And that would be the image.
So it would be slightly bigger overall then. Yeah, brilliant. That's great. Okay, I've tried to access, but when I click on Okay, so Sean seems to be having an issue with his password on the nPhoto site. So he's saying, the remind me button to get a new password doesn't seem to work. Can we get that fixed for him? What does he do? Get in touch
Oh
with
no. Yeah, get in touch with customer service right away, or directly to your customer consultant if you know them by name and by email. But customer service at nphoto.com. Send them an email or call them. Call our office. You know what? Let me just jump down to the here it is. Here's the phone number here to call customer service, our office, or you can email customer service here, customer service at nphoto.com. Or again, if you know your email of your personal consultant directly, you can always try to catch them as well. Please, right away, and we'll take care of that for you immediately.
And Eugene, while I remember, this is from, because we've got a few experienced members, and I had a question yesterday from an experienced member. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I might as well ask it while we're here. So they already had an nPhoto account before they joined Experience. They still just need to do that Experience registration for you. Is that correct? So then that'll change their account on your end?
Yeah, so then we know that you're part of this group and that you're entitled to everything that people in this group are entitled to.
I thought I'd hijack the question time while I remembered. That's all.
No problem.
And that's all the questions I got for you for now, mate. You crack on, Ben.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, we're going to get into kind of a new section now, so it's kind of nice that we did it that way. So you don't forget any questions maybe that you had about the ordering process. If something comes up, of course, let Jay know and we'll continue. But now, since we've discussed a little bit about our products, why you should have wall art, what our products are, and how to order them, and the fact that it's very simple, very straightforward. Once you see it yourself, this is going to be a very simple walkthrough process. Well, now we're going to tell you how to sell wall art. To get to the meat of the title of our webinar today, how to sell your wall decor to make sure that it's really doing your business justice. As I've kind of alluded to earlier, just in general, wall decor is an extremely flexible photography product type, let's say. So that in and of itself is very attractive as a business owner. There's so many things that you can do with it, so many ways that you can play it and have it benefit you or your studio when you try and think about it in a strategic way and in a business-minded way. So here's kind of a quick show of general topic rundown of how you can improve your wall decor sales and the amounts thereof. You need to talk about it, of course. You need to market it. You need to shoot for it. You need to limit the choice of wall decor. You need to IPS your wall decor. And you need to package it. Now, I don't mean that like literally, like sending it, but I mean in the business way. Again, how can you combine it with other products? How can you throw it in with, say, a digital purchase, or if somebody's only thinking of buying an album, but maybe sneak in their interest for a wall decor product as well. That's really the power of wall decor. Is it's very easy for something like that to happen. So talk about it, market it, shoot for it, limit the choice of it, IPS it, and package it. Now, don't worry, we're going to talk about those a little more in detail one by one. So talk about it. Basically, exactly as it says, you got to speak it into existence. Sometimes this really is the only way to go about it. And what I mean by this, now this point goes hand in hand with the marketing one that we will talk about next. But speak it into existence. Mention wall decor from the beginning in your pre-sales process. If it's something that you're devoted to selling, if it's something that you are passionate about, if it's something that you truly believe will help your clients and better their experience with photography and your brand, then say it from the jump. Start, don't keep it a secret. Don't shy away from it. And kind of getting right to the next part, just assume that they would like to hear about it. Until you are clearly told otherwise. Because a lot of times, as we talked about in the last webinar, a lot of times clients will be coming to you and they will be your first kind of real experience. That you will be their real first experience in the professional photography kind of realm. So they don't really even know what to consider sometimes. They don't even really know what to expect. They don't really even know what is there. So just assume like it's something that would be attractive to them, unless of course they're giving you very clear signs like, look, I don't want this. Then of course you don't press it. But until that time comes, just talk about it like it's something they would like, speak it into existence. And especially if this is something that, to get to the third point, if this is something that plays on your brand, again, if you're somebody who likes to take these singular dramatic, shots, and you like to post them big, and you like to take up the wall space in people's homes, if that's really your kind of MO, then again, all the more reason, speak it into existence, stay true to yourself, stay true to your brand, and talk about it and be excited about it. And the next part is to kind of mention the consumer trends. So you can let your clients know that when they come to you, that most people end up walking away with some kind of wall decor product. This is kind of a very powerful psychological tool. Again, especially if this is something that you really do, hang your hat on, and something that is a big part of your photography experience. And then again, why not, you should be promoting it and discussing it and mentioning things like what other people do. As much as we all hate to admit it, we do tend to follow trends. And if we are hearing that other people are usually following this kind of style when they come to this brand, it gives us a reason to consider it as well, if not actually ultimately do it in the long run. So certainly say something like that. If it's completely false, then maybe don't do that. But if it's something that's happening, and if it's your brand, that's your MO, and if wall decor is something that you truly love, something you want to break into, then this is definitely something that you should be doing. And of course, consult with your clients. This goes heavily back on the discussion we had before Christmas last time. So you will mention something like I just said. You can say, oh, most of my clients are leaving with a nice wall decor piece, they're leaving with a nice acrylic print, or they're leaving with a collection of beautiful frames, prints. But you follow them with, well, what would you like? Or what do you see yourself leaving with? So you're not trying to push them into some predetermined shape, but you're still allowing them the opportunity to choose what they want to within the sphere of wall decor. You're still giving them that feeling of choice, that feeling of their opinion being heard and their opinion mattering, but you're kind of constructing the framework around the wall decor. So they're going to give you some example. You can ask that question showing a few products, and they can say, oh, I like this one, as they point to the Dibond metal print, or I like this one as they point to the MDF wood mounted print. I can really see us leaving with this big acrylic print, something like that. So that's a good way to get the best of both worlds by putting off that vibe of what the community is doing, what your brand is kind of promoting, but also leaving the door open for them to have their own input as well. And of course, follow through with wall decor. So continue to talk about it through the whole sales process. I say to talk about it in the pre-sales process, but not only there, right? If this is what you want to sell, if it's something that you're committed to, you gotta follow through with it. You gotta keep going. Don't shoot the basket and then put your hands down. Follow through and stick to it. So we're going to talk about more about that right now, because marketing it is very similar. I'm going to jump to the bottom. It's kind of a chicken and the egg. The market it and the talk about it, and they complement each other. So you can talk about it, and then the more you talk about it, you're marketing it, or you can market it, and the more you market it, people will want it, and then you start to talk about it. So this is kind of very much they're very complementary. But simply, the general idea with the market is people won't know you have what you have unless you show it, unless you tell them. So show it to them, flaunt it. If you got it, flaunt it. Again, especially if this is part of your brand, especially if this is something you're passionate about, or something you want to break into, or something that you really believe can benefit your clientele. Then you gotta show it. They're not gonna know what it's about. They're not gonna know it exists unless they see it from you. You are their expert in the professional photography world. You are their eyes into the professional photography world. If it doesn't come from you, it's likely they're not going to have it, or worse yet, they're going to get it from some other professional photographer. Okay, so flaunt it. If you got it, flaunt it. Pictures of wall decor on all digital media. Okay, this is getting to the crux of marketing. Okay, make sure that you have pictures of your wall decor products on all your digital media, so websites, social media, Facebook, Instagram, etc., and all, of course. But even in print ads, this is under the digital thing. I didn't feel like making a new bullet. But even print ads, if you have brochures, or if you do flyers, or if you do any other kind of advertisement, even if it's not digital, you still need to showcase your products and showcase your use of wall decor. Show pictures of your wall decor displayed in a gallery, but in a real life setting. So maybe you can create yourself a nice like living area kind of demo, and you can put that on a nice ad or flyer or Facebook, so it really feels like somebody's own home. You can be showcasing obviously work of clients you've done in the past to give it a real relatable experience. But these are things that you need to be doing. You need to be showing what it is that you want to be selling, and you need to be showing it everywhere. Another thing that we don't like to admit, just as general consumers, is we do get worn down. And when we see something a million times over, it does start to have an effect on us. Most of the time, subconsciously, we don't even realize it, but it does. So you got to push anywhere and everywhere things that you want to sell. Or show it at least. You got to show it everywhere and anywhere that you can. But it's not only about the products. You can also offer other wall decor related content. I think wall decor is great in all the ways that I've mentioned, but one of the drawbacks of it from the client's perspective, your client's perspective, can be the fact that, like, oh my God, well, I have to hang it up, or what happens if I don't have wall space or something like this, so you can make some videos like that to quell these issues that they might have with it, to explain it. Or what even is a wall decor thing? What is that the same as wall art? Is that the same as this? So you can have content that is about wall decor, but that's not simply just showing a picture of a product or things of this nature. Explaining what it is, talk about a little bit how it's made, maybe talk about the differences. If you offer two types, if you offer like a Dibond and an acrylic print, you can talk about the difference between those, the strengths and the advantages and disadvantages of each, and when to use which. Educate your clients, let them feel like they are learning and becoming a part of this professional photography world as well. You can offer them tips of how to best display the wall decor that you are going to show them. Where in their house they would benefit from it most, in what style. Again, if they offer if they get by a collage of a number of different wall decor products, how do you tell them how you think it would best fit on their wall space? Would it be all in one room? Would it be all in one space? Would you recommend them spacing it out in their house or their apartment or something like this? Or flat, sorry, their flat. Really just be there for them and just educate them on ways that wall art can help them, and it isn't such a hassle as they might think. And I don't know if I put it here, but I mentioned the hanging and stuff like this. One thing you can do to go that extra step is you can offer the service to hang the product for your clients. You can take that stress out of it for them. So you can say, okay, I will sell you this wall art, and then either myself personally or my friend who's a constructor, we'll come by and we'll measure it, we'll hang it for you, so you don't have to do anything. You don't have to worry about one thing. You just need to turn around one day and see the beautiful picture on your wall. So yes, and we've already talked about how this is very complementary to talking about it, and they play off each other. And who's to say which one really comes first? So talk about it, market it, and then shoot for it. Okay. Kind of really a high, maybe professional photography with products 301, so to speak, is that not all photo products are experienced the same. Come to it with this approach. Do people experience a large acrylic print the same way as they would an intimate album? Right. I think a good example of this, probably the biggest example, or the most clear example of this, would be like a boudoir album is not experienced the same way as a giant acrylic print of a family gathering at some family reunion. Okay, those are experienced in very different ways, and probably projected in different ways too. So always keep this in mind. If you know that you're going to be selling wall art, if you know you're going to be encouraging your clients to be getting some wall art, remember this while you are shooting. And consider your subjects too. While you're shooting, make sure your subject will be comfortable with whatever it may take for you to make the attractive wall decor finished product. Again, you don't necessarily always have the same images that look good in specific products. Of course, you can survive by doing one shoot and say, okay, I'll make an album out of this, I'll make a wall decor out of this, I'll make a folio box out of this too. But to really get to that next level, to really start to separate yourself and to dive into the artistry of photography meeting print products, you need to look at it from that perspective, that the different mediums that you use to display your products may call for different shoots, they make pictures, they may call for different experiences of how they are enjoyed by your client. So this consists of more is more if you're thinking about wall decor, because it can be a little uncertain if one of your subjects is going to want to be posted in a very obvious fashion on a large wall decor piece with a close-up shot. So you might want to be considering taking a wide variety of shots if you have wall art in mind, so that you're not stuck with only shoots that your client actually is not so appropriate with putting it in a big or even a small wall decor product. Of course, wall decor is perfect for those signature shots and those emotive and those dramatic shots. You putting them in a big acrylic print or a big Dibond print to hang proudly over a mantle or something like this. That's what they're all about. But again, not all shoots garner that, and not all people and not all styles are going to fit that perfectly. So sell it on the shoot is a good way to kind of ensure that you're not going to be left kind of empty-handed at the end of your shoot. While you are kind of similar to albums, while you are taking shots, you can kind of put the bug in your client's ears, like, oh, this is going to look really great as a framed print. This is really going to look fantastic as a 12 by 12 framed print, right by your fireplace. This is just going to be marvelous. Put it in their minds, and so that they start to believe it themselves, or so that you can know if they're like, I don't know if I want to put that picture on such display, that you can say to yourself, okay, I will take a different style of photo. What would you prefer? Kind of something like this. So don't be afraid to kind of be communicative about it at the shoot. So again, you're not wasting your time and finding that none of the pictures you walk away with are going to be appropriate for wall decor products. And limit the choice of it. Again, this is something we touched on a little bit in the last webinar. And don't overwhelm your clients. This goes for any kind of product, but wall decor too. For some reason, I feel like wall decor is something that can easily be overwhelming, and people can just say wall decor and throw a bunch of different choices at them. So don't overwhelm your clients. Sales is all about emotions, and especially as a photographer, professional photographer. So don't produce negative ones. Don't give them this feel of frustration or stress by saying, do you know what wall decor is? Well, kind of. Okay, well, here's 12 different options that you can choose from. Limit the choice. And especially, this goes especially for you as a photographer too, when you're just starting out in general as a photographer, or just starting out in selling the wall decor product. It's going to be hard for you even to remember all the traits and the advantages and disadvantages of 12, 13, 14 different products. Do yourself the favor, keep it to, as we'll say in a minute, 3 max maybe of different products, so that you don't have to worry about remembering so much about so many different products. You can always build over time if you see it necessary, if you see that as truly the passion and the direction you want to go in. But that is definitely the better strategy, is to start small and build up in a sustainable way. So that gets me to the rule of 3. It's kind of a rule of thumb that I would suggest there's a rule of 3. So max of 3. It comes for product sizes, accessories. Don't go overboard. You don't have to have 3. But again, if you're just new to this, or if your clients are not so familiar with wall art, don't be showing them 7 different products. Don't be showing them 7 different sizes. Don't be showing them 5 different products with 10 different size options. Keep it very limited. 1, 2, maybe 3 products. And within those 1, 2, maybe 3 products, maybe 1 or 2, 3 or 3 size options, maybe 3. That gives you the small, medium, large kind of thing, or square, portrait, landscape, something like that. And again, the accessory choices too, don't go crazy with those as well. For things like frame colors or passive part out options, maybe just pick what you like and offer that. Again, start with that. It's likely going to be a very narrow thing when you sit down and say, what do I like? What am I really the most passionate about? That's likely going to naturally narrow down the selection, and run with that, because as we touched upon in the last webinar too, what you love will be easier to sell for you. And in that way, and in other ways, it will make it more attractive to your clients as well. So limit the choice of the wall art for yourself and for your clients as well. Start small and grow over time. Now, IPS wall art, as you might have kind of gathered with me talking about marketing and selling it, a lot of the best moments to really profoundly affect people to buy wall art is when you're with them, and specifically, best case scenario, in their home or their flat, so you can really talk things through and really show them how things are going to look and visualize and plan very practically and just really make it clear. So I can't stress any stronger, and this it goes for all products in my opinion too, but especially with Wall Decor, is using this IPS in-person sales methodology. Meet the people in the person, have the print products, a sample or two with you, okay, so that you can really give them a full experience and you can really give them what they can expect, as close to what they can expect when they get their own products as possible. So there's no guesswork. There's no fear of maybe this isn't going to turn out the way I imagined it. No, you can imagine it for them. You can put it in their place. This is what it's going to be. So there is no uncertainty. Uncertainty leads to no sale. So make sure you meet with the people, ideally in their own home or flat or where the Wall Decor will ultimately end up. But if that's not an option, even not random, what's the word I'm looking for? Neutral location is okay, even at your studio if it has to be. You can find some software. There's many software nowadays where you can kind of digitally showcase a person's home and what the Wall Decor will look like, in their home as well. These are all great things, giving people as clear of a view of the final version as possible is only going to improve the chances of a sale and a big sale at that. So that's my final reminder with the IPS. Of course, have and use the tangible print samples during your process. It doesn't only have to be during the actual sales, it can be pre-sales as well, and so on and so forth. And again, this can go beyond just Wall Decor, but since we're focusing on Wall Decor, we'll stick it with that as well. Now, packaging, again, I don't mean this literally, like putting it in a box, but instead using it strategically from the business perspective. Wall Decor is extremely flexible of a photography product genre, not only in the many different types of it that are available, but even within a specific type. For example, the acrylic print, you have many size options, you have many orientation options. Okay, so there's a lot of, so of course with sizing comes price differencing and all this kind of stuff. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with Wall Decor. Use it to your advantage, learn it. How can you build bundles and packages with Wall Decor? How can you build maybe different levels or tiers in your photography business? I'm not going to tell you exactly what to do. It's not my thing to tell you what to do. But this is what I recommend: is whatever you do, how you can adopt it, how you can adopt Wall Decor to it is in this kind of way. You can use it in packages or things like this, and they are amazing. Probably the best, most idyllic product for an upsell or even a downsell. And we don't like to downsell, of course, but hey, a sell is better than no sell. Of course, a downsell is when you go from a high price product to selling a lower price product. Again, not ideal, not what everybody likes, but a downsell is better than no sell at all. So if you're pushing with the client, maybe like an album, or if you're pushing with them, maybe a high-priced folio box or something like this, and they like the idea, but they're not having the prices make ends meet, you can lead them into Wall Decor. You can say, okay, instead of this 15 print folio box, maybe we can do 5 matted prints, maybe we can do 3 matted prints, maybe we can do an MDF matted print, a matted print, we can throw in a small acrylic print. This is going to be, X less money for you, but it's also going to give you a wonderful display for your home and a similar effect as the folio box. So there you go. It's a wonderful downselling option at your disposal. But you can also use it as an upsell. Again, if somebody takes the bait on a big ticket item like an album or a folio photo book or a folio box, but they're still itching for something a little bit more, this is a great thing. It doesn't seem too overwhelming. You're not pushing another album on them, but it's just, one framed print or 1 acrylic print or 2. This would look great over your fireplace. You have the wonderful album, you have the wonderful book to go on the shelf, but this is going to always be there. You got that big space in your hallway or your corridor. I'm sorry, it's probably the word used in the corridor. What are you going to do there? And while you're here, we got these images. So there's so many things that you can do with Wall Decor because it is such a flexible product by nature. So you sit down and use your creativity and think strategically in business and in a business mind, and how can you really take advantage of this product and all and genre and all that it can do. As we see at the bottom, of course, people can be happy buying one, maybe acrylic prints, as you see in my back, or they might want to buy 5 or 6. Okay. Again, people don't buy one spread or 2 spreads or something. And even with photo prints, they're generally going to buy a dozen or something like this. But wall art is unique in that people can be satisfied buying a small number of them. And that couldn't be the only sell. It could be the only product that they're interested in. I don't want to compare UK to America too much, but in America, people are known for having, especially in the Midwest where I grew up, people are known for having a lot of space in their home. So maybe that's all they're looking for, is to fill the space in their walls. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Again, if you do your pricing well, and that should be enough to satisfy you. And of course, the products we are showing and discussing here certainly passes high quality and certainly can warrant a high price tag if that is something that can work for you and for your client base as well. So wall decor, there's really not much negative to say about wall decor. Package it. That is the way you can really take advantage of wall decor. So just a quick sum about what we've discussed today. How to sell wall decor. Have it and market it. This is what you have to do. This is a must. This is non-negotiable. You have to have it and to market it if you have it. If you want to sell wall decor, you can't expect to sell something you don't have, and you can't expect people to want something that they don't even know that you have. So have it and market it everywhere. This goes for print products in general too. I still don't see enough photographers posting on their websites or on their social media pages pictures of their products. If you are a professional photographer who wants to sell products to your clients, you have to show your clients and potential clients that that's what you offer. So put the pictures of your products on your social media accounts, on your websites, on any print ads or things that you might have, leaflets and flyers and things like this. Show it. The more you do, the more people will understand and look to get some from you or come to you because that's what you are offering. So show what you love. Again, you're gonna appreciate what you love the most, and you're gonna feel most passionate about it and naturally be most excited about things that you love. And go from there if need be. Maybe what you love is enough. Maybe just selling 1 or 2 is enough for you. That's perfectly fine. Use it to your advantage, builds the bundles, levels, packages, incorporate wall decor strategically and how you can best. And there's really, challenge yourself, because I think that there's always a place where wall decor could fit. So challenge yourself in finding the place where wall decor can fit in your overall business strategy. Ordering and designing with us, if for wall decor in general, but for wall decor especially, is super easy and it literally only takes minutes. And don't forget that you are being offered a special wall decor discount, 60 PA wall, 60% off, 1 sample wall decor wall decor product. It's coming your way. With that being said, I did not mention this. Sorry, searching for the product. What we mean by sample product wall decor, if you're familiar with us, like albums and things, we have a stamp on the back, in the back of the album, inside cover. It's a sample product, not for resale. So when you order a sample product wall art, for example, a stacked acrylic print, you're going to get a similar ID, kind of very discreetly in the bottom. What is that? Left-hand corner from my angle, right-hand corner from your angle, showing sample product, not for resale. So it will be obvious that it is a sample, but it's not going to be obnoxious to a potential client. Okay, I believe. Again, just quickly to order, you just click, place it in your order, you select the product you want, you apply the discount in the notes box. For this example, don't forget 60 PA wall, valid through March 15th. Add it to the cart, design, drag and drop, order, done. It really is not that hard. It sounds even more complicated than it really is. Once you get into it, it's very intuitive, it's very logical, and it goes by very quickly. Of course, though, I'll come back to that. Of course, though, if you have any troubles or any questions or concerns, if you're ever in doubt, you can always reach out to me, Eugene at nPhoto.com, or to aldona@nphoto.co.uk, or to your specific personal sales consultant if you know who they are, for example, Aldona or Justina, or Justine, sorry, or you can call our customer service line that you see written here, and or email our customer service inbox that you see here. If you ever have any questions about anything, we are always happy to help you and to ease your mind. So let me go back to show you the terms and conditions of this promo, the 60 PA Wall Decor promo. 60% off for one Wall Decor sample. Discount applies to all Wall Decor products. Promo code may be used only once. Shipping fees apply. Offer is valid until March 15th. Product will be labeled sample product, not for resale, as I have just shown you. Okay, yeah, that's it. Any questions? Any last concluding questions?
No, mate. I think well, I cleared most of the question panel the last time I jumped in there, but we've had a lot of positive feedback already. I'm not sure if Jeff still wants the live walkthrough. If you want to say yes or no in the question panel for us, I'm sure we'll be happy to do that for you. I just wanted to chip in, Eugene, with a couple of things that I've got to say today. I mean, obviously, I've had even I've only seen your new products online, and obviously we're going to get to see them again, properly at the photography show. But the importance of everything you've said today gives a massive thumbs up from here at the Academy and the Experience Group. The selling of wall art, folio boxes, prints, digital, whatever it is, in-person sales is what you've talked about today, is what we teach. This is where our core of the experience training is. This is where we have built our business over the last 35 years, successful, incredibly successful business. And we haven't changed that process in 35 plus years. Whereas, yes, there was a swing towards digital, but print and product is absolutely back. These people out there photographing the digital, we refer to them as the $9.99 shoot and burn packages. They're no competition to a serious professional photographer. Ignore them. Do not be threatened by them. You can see, even from a webinar presentation with Eugene today, that quality. I mean, you can't see at the moment, but I've got the folio box background images in front of me because for my next slide. But just yesterday, we had our latest group of experienced members start, and an hour of the day, myself and Mark, because unfortunately, because the guys are in Poland, can't come over to every session here. We walked them around our sample studio, our sample gallery. We have samples from Eugene, from nPhoto, and our other trade suppliers. And I, because I know the most about nPhoto, was on the nPhoto stand. So yesterday I was the nPhoto rep. And do you know what? I can hand on heart, I didn't have to do anything. I sat there for 5 minutes while there was four of them with me to start with, and the others were off with Mark. And I saw them touching and looking and feeling and opening. And we don't have the wall art, so they couldn't see that as yet. I know they're excited to see that, but we have the boxes and their albums and stuff like that. And then they can see their prices because they've put them all very cleverly on the inside page. And I kid you not, every one of them went, "Is that for real?" And I went, "Yeah, it is." And that's what Mark and I saw a year ago when we met them at the photography show, and we had our first hands-on experience with the product. So for those of you online with us that are coming to the NEC, or those of you that obviously come to the studio, you'll come and see it, come and handle it. Go and, are you there, Eugene?
Yes, I'm here.
Go and see the man. You know what he looks like now. Go and see Aldona. Go and see any of the nPhoto team. and and touch it and see it, and you'll see what I saw yesterday with the new members. And it's not just the new members of the experience group; it's the 105 of them that come during the year. But these were the new guys, and they were genuinely like, "Wow, that's amazing!" And even Mark and I, we joked yesterday. We were looking at the simple photo books that you got, and do you know, I call them simple. They're not simple. They're beautiful. And I remembered the first photo book that I published of my work cost me, I think it was close to £30 with an online company that I won't mention, but they're still going. And I was just like, and even I thought that was great to have my first book. Your equivalent, which actually just put them in the shadow, came in at £14, I think it was yesterday when I was looking at the prices. And I just went, it's a no. And that's what it's costing you guys. You're selling that. I put £100 price tag on it easy, if not more. And that's the beauty of these things. So, I know it's easy for me to say, and I know we're affiliated with nPhoto, but go to the NEC, get your hands on it, touch it, feel it, talk to the guys, and I'm sure you'll be as convinced as I am. I'm looking forward to seeing the wall art. I think it's going to be a fantastic addition to your range. Going back to, it's a different product. I won't name it, and I won't say where it's from, but what I love about what I'm seeing from nPhoto is, and Eugene, you touched on it. You've got it. You've said it a few times. Modern, trendy, but also there is classical there as well. And so it does appeal to all, which is phenomenal. And absolutely, we agree with you fully. You don't overcomplicate it. 3 to 4 products maximum. Keep the sizes to make it easy. But I want to touch on it from we're a company that teaches you how to sell photography, as the experience group, and in-person sales is absolutely where the money is. But you touched on it a few times, Eugene, and what I picked up on, I made some notes as I always do when I'm on the webinars. The wall art is key and always been key for us. But then things have come along like your folio boxes and the folio books, and the USB books and print books, because they suit different things. But we've always taught us often, and this is the biggest mistake. I'll share this with you all. I'm not going to keep it to experience. We get it all the time. Oh, I've sold my first 30 by 40 wall art. Fantastic. And then Mark goes, well, what else did you sell them? They've given up on, they've sold the 30 by 40, and it's just like, that's it. I've done what I need to do. And it's like, well, it doesn't end there. So exactly what I made a note in massive letters here, shoot for it, and highlighted it. Yeah, we're shooting for wall art. We're absolutely shooting for wall art. Those of you that are familiar with Mark and our teachings, Mark calls it 48 shots. A portrait session should have 48 shots that we can show to the client in the sales room. There's plenty of variety there for their wall art and possible additional wall art. But then you've got your preview album. Then not your preview album. Then you've got your album or your print box or your folio box. And that's what we're looking at. We're not putting packages on our price list, albeit we can, and we do, collections if you like. But if it's just a wall art, then it's going, well, you liked all those 25 images. Wouldn't they look great in a print box? Wouldn't they look good in an album or a folio box? And it's just, as Eugene touched on, it's soft sell. We're not a hard sell company. We do not teach you how to hard sell anything. We've got companies out there that teach you to put everything on your credit card. We teach you how to find the right client, hopefully in the first place. Yes, we can make things affordable to them. We can look at pricing, splitting costs or interest-free credit. That's a different thing. It's still not a hard sell. The worst thing you can do is try and sell to somebody who hasn't got it. Make it reasonable, make it affordable to them, make it optional. If they have to spread their payments, that's fine. You don't discount them. But it's, I know you've been around us a while now, and we're already familiar with you guys and they teach you methods, but it's the sales process, it's the input, it's the pre-sale, even from the shoot, you're talking about the sale, then you're in the sales section, and then it's even the after sale. If you're clever about it, it doesn't stop when you've had the first payment or the first order from them. So lots of really great top tips today, mate. Jeff said no, he got the live demo pretty clear through with your slides there, so we're good with that, and great on the offer. So I'll release that in their follow-up email and in the chat panel with the guys as well. So Eugene, I'll just do a few reminders. I know you and I are going to continue chatting, but let's because we've run over a little bit. Let me just rob the screen back. Where's my
Please, yeah.
where's my
I'm nervous to do anything now.
no, I'll do it. Where are we going? Change presenter. Let's take it back. So there we go.
One advanced imaging.
Hopefully they should be. See, okay. So I've just brought up the Photographer Academy. Photographer Academy offer there. Obviously, Eugene said with the sample products, you use the different code there. But if you use that link, info.nphoto.com/photographer-academy, that is in your chat panel, will be in the follow-up email. Sign up for it. That'll give you the sample product discounts that you can see in front of you there, and the 30% for the year on that. That's just for the Photographer Academy. For those of you that are online, they're experienced members, you have slightly different, you have a better deal. So don't use that one. If you haven't used your experienced one already, get in touch with me at the office and we'll sort that out. Okay, and then just a few quick reminders. The big photo e-zine, the digital issue, if you haven't checked it out, and there is contributions there from nPhoto each month as well on their products. Dashboard page, halfway down when you're logged into the Academy, you can find the graphic to the download page, or you can use the link in the chat panels or on Facebook to get your hands on that, and all the back issues there as well. An incredible read. Get involved with us on Instagram if you want to be featured in a magazine. So that's at TPA Photo. TPA Photo is our main page, but tag us on there and we can get you featured images. If you're looking at the Academy, if the experience isn't quite for you, but you want some more business information, you can save £100 using that link there for photographeracademy.com/business. And if you'd like to talk to us about being part of the experience program, get in touch with us at the office or email laura@theexperience.co.uk. Like anything we do, as I've said, there's no hard sell. Talk to us, see if it's for you, see if we can help you either start a business or help you improve and increase sales on an existing one.